right, gather around, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Quick announcement, you can just gather around, stay where you are, you're fine as everyone's coming back from the cleanup. Welcome, everybody, to a beautiful day in Linda California Coastal Cleanup Day. This is the 38th California Coastal Cleanup Day, and the 25th anniversary for Pacific Beach Coalition here in Pacifica, and it started on this day 25 years ago. Congratulations. And just so you're aware, you are part of thousands of people around the world who are cleaning up coastlines, thousands of people in California, and just here within Pacific Beach Coalition on our coast, we have 12 sites going on up and down the coast and a little inland. We have a habitat restoration going on today as well, right up on the hill over here. And we've got countless of virtual remote volunteers from our Street to Beach program, which started during the pandemic. And so we're really, really excited to have everybody here today and all being part of this kind of day of action where we're here showing our voice with action in the community that we would like to see our coast clean and in a great environment. And we have I'm Anthony Luxon, by the way, Pacific Beach Coalition. Kicking things off for you today, we have a great lineup of speakers to help celebrate 25 years. We have Evan Schwartz from the California Coastal Commission. Where did he go? Saw him back there. There he is. Just a minute, we'll kick it off a second. Helping organize all of the state Coastal Cleanup Day. We have our mayor here, Mary Beer, Mayor Pacifica, also a great sponsor. We have Chasta Michaelis, thank you. Program director of morning and midday on-air host at the Bone Radio. Awesome to have her out here. And a local community member. She's here in Linda Mar. We've got Jeff Billick, one of our rangers, here to speak as well. We've got David Canepa from SMC Board of Supervisor, great supporter of Pacific Beach Coalition. We've got Joan Dentler here as well from Senator Josh Becker's office. Virginia from Assemblyman Kevin Mullen's office. And we have a speaker coming up from our junior program, Juliana. And then lastly, we are going to have Jim and Anna come up, who are the OG from 25 years ago that started everything that you see here within Pacifica. And now to get things started, I'm going to pass it over to our incredible leader, Lynn Adams, our president of Pacific Beach Coalition. Lynn.
Hi, everyone. I am so lucky to have this honor to be here in front of you all, but also to be able to see all the good work that you guys do today and every day and for the last 25 years. Jim and Anna, when we were talking about our 25-year anniversary, Anna said, I wonder, what I really want to know is what's going to happen in the next 25. So I think that's a really good thing for us to say. What will we do for the next 25? And who will we affect in the next 25? And how do we get this clean swell of people, this groundswell, this sea change? How do we get this going? That's the real message of today. Coastal Cleanup Day counts. So we've got people on clean swell counting. We've got people on cards counting. But you know what? Every day counts. Every day counts. Okay? And every day we are tasked with making a difference by using our voice, by setting an example, and by changing what we're doing that's creating climate change. There's no greater need in the planet than climate change right now. And so what we have to do is break through all the blockades of the plastic industry, the tobacco industry, the big oil industry. We have got to break through those bonds. All right? They had a stranglehold on us, and we're done with it. I'd like to bring up right now the organizer of the entire state of California, an advocate for marine debris and marine debris education. A friend. He's been with the Coastal Commission for as long as I've been with the Pacific Beach Coalition. I've been working with him. Eben Schwartz, a friend. Eben.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Pacific Beach Coalition. Thank you all for being here. This is so exciting to see you all in person, in real life. I can't tell you how wonderful this is after 2 years of not being able to do what is so important to all of us, which is to take care of our environment, to give back to these places that we love and cherish and play in and walk along, and just to have this opportunity to come back together and give a little back to it is so exciting. I'm just so glad to see you all. I have to tell you, Jim and Anna and Penny, who I just met, what you started 25 years ago has grown into what is now quite simply the premier cleanup in the entire Bay Area. This is an incredible, incredible effort that you've undertaken. And I have to tell you, I hear this all the time. Lynn was just talking about it. We do this for 3 hours one day of the year, and it can seem small sometimes when you think about the scope of this problem and what massive challenges we face. But look at what this beach has become in the 25 years that you've been doing this. This beach is gorgeous, and it wasn't when you started. It can take time, but these 3 hours that we spend together every year, they have ripples. And we feel those ripples over time, and we see it in changes in our society, changes in laws, changes in regulations that all happen because of the awareness that you've raised, the constituency that you've built that wants to see change. It is remarkable. And just like Anna said, I can't wait to see what the next 25 years bring, because it's going to bring wonderful, wonderful things for all of us. Thank you so much for being here. This means the world, and we really, really appreciate it. And officially, on behalf of the California Coastal Commission, our thanks for being part of this magnificent event.
Is that straight from the governor's office?
As far as we know, yes.
I hope he knows about us. At this time, I'd like to invite Mary Bear up, our Pacifica Mayor, who's been engaged in the Coastal Cleanup Day, Earth Day, since 2009, I believe, cleaning up a section of Pacifica every year on those 2 dates and other dates. So Mary Bear, come welcome us.
Thank you, Lynn. My sister, Lynn Adams. Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome to Coastal Cleanup Day. Like Lynn was saying, the work that the Beach Coalition does is really important to everyone, right? To me, to my family, to my students. I have the opportunity to clean up a section of Pacifica that matters a whole lot to my family, a section of Pacifica where my nephew was killed in an alcohol-related accident. And so ever since then, we've been able to honor him through the work of the Beach Coalition, and I am forever grateful for that. There's some folks here I would like to recognize, please. We have our County Board of Supervisor, David Canepa, over here. Say hello to David Canepa. We have County Board of Supervisor candidate, Laura Palmer-Lohan. She's right here. Thanks for coming, Laura. You're everywhere in Pacifica. We appreciate you. We have Joan Dentler from Senator Josh Becker's office. Hi, Joan. And Virginia Kroger, who's from Assemblyman Kevin Mullen's office. So thank you so much for being with us today. And Shasta, I get to meet you finally. Oh my God, oh, sorry. I'm so excited about that. So, really quickly, thank you for picking that trash up that I just dropped. Jim and Anna, thank you so much for your work. The City of Pacifica would like to recognize you today with a proclamation. This is one of the fun things I get to do, right? So I'm going to read it for you. Proclamation of the City of Pacifica in recognition of Jim Philian and Anna Garcia, Pacific Beach Coalition. Whereas Jim Philian and Anna Garcia realized that the beaches of Pacifica needed some tender, loving care. And the actual original language was that Lindemar Beach was a dump. But he changed it. Whereas Jim and Anna started Pacifica Beach Coalition cleanups to coincide with the California Coastal Cleanup Day on the third Saturday of September 1997, and committed to doing a beach cleanup every third Saturday since. Whereas for years, Jim and Anna cleaned the beaches by themselves with Paul Hurley and occasionally a few others. And where Jim and Anna brought a bag of nails into a city council meeting from their regular cleanup, inspiring the banning of fires on the beach. Thank you. Oh, that made me emotional. Whereas Jim and Anna served as master site captains for the monthly Lindemar State Beach Cleanup, and whereas Jim served as Pacific Beach Coalition board chair and runs both the board and membership meetings, and whereas Anna served as Pacific Beach Coalition's board, vice chair, and secretary, and guides the education team. Whereas Jim and Anna constantly represent Pacific Beach Coalition in the community to the public, and whereas Jim and Anna continually work behind the scenes to run Pacific Beach Coalition events and activities, and whereas Jim and Anna always bring smiles, humor, and kindness to everything they do. Now, therefore, I, Mary Beer, Mayor of Pacifica, on behalf of the entire council, honor the continuous commitment of Jim and Anna and thank them for their service to our community, done the 17th day of September, 2022. Woohoo! Come and get yours.
You get your turn later.
Okay, yeah.
On the run, always, but especially these days, we have a special speaker who's been a big supporter of us. He's a native Pacifican, resides in San Mateo and Daly City. A very big proponent for clean beaches, for everything Beach Coalition, always trying to promote us. I'd like to introduce Board of Supervisors David Canepa.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor. There's two mayors. It's great to see you as well, Mayor. I'm delighted to be here. Jim and Anna mean so much to me personally. Jim's efforts and Anna's efforts to educate folks around beach cleanups, around what we can do to make sure that this environment is really clean, what we can do to make sure that climate change is stopped. And they actually do the work. And so I want to just thank you on behalf of the County of San Mateo. And finally, just say this. It's you who inspire us. And so I met so many people through the Pacifica Beach Coalition that through your actions, they're inspired to do it not on this day, clean up, but to do it every day. So thank you. Can we give a round of applause to them? And finally, I just want to thank someone who's really been a mentor to me and a mentor to many of us, and that's Lynn Adams. Lynn, thank you. And she always calls me at the most difficult times, but I'm always there to take her call. But she really, really cares, and 25 years is amazing. So thank all of you. Thank you so much.
I just saw someone else walk up today. We have a city council candidate over here, Christine Bowles for District 2.
All right, great. Thank you very much. And thank you, David, all the great support over the years. It's fantastic. And now, Chasa, we'd like to come up and represent our community. Just a few words. Thank you so much. Again, program director and host of the morning and midday show at the Bone Radio, which I'm a big fan of.
Thank you, guys. I'm so honored to be here, truly. Living just a few blocks from this very spot, it was so beautiful to walk on these beaches and look for trash with my 6-year-old who looked at me and said, Mommy, this is really important work. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? He's 6. And, you know, I know growing up, for people who are from here and have lived here, it may be easy to take this gorgeous place for granted. But I grew up in southern Oklahoma. And so for the first 21 years of my life, I did not have access to this gorgeousness. So every time I drive over that hill and I'm coming home, or I walk here from my home, I am so grateful for this beautiful place. And that's why it's so important for us to keep it clean. And you guys for doing this, starting this 25 years ago, God bless you. You are doing the Lord's work. Thank you so much. True story, my mother-in-law, who is a big advocate for trash pickup, as soon as my son started walking, he was about 1, she had a little grabber for him, like a baby grabber, right? And she would take him out here, just the two of them. That was their date. They would go and they would clean up. So he's been doing this since he literally could walk. It's very important in our family. And she really instilled that in me personally. And my husband has always done the same. So we want to continue that tradition with our 6-year-old. I am so proud to be a Pacifican. I've lived here for 16 years now, so hopefully I'm accepted. And I love you all, and thank you so much.
Do I hear maybe we have a bigger voice in the Bay Area for marine debris? Woo woo! You guys, it's a great pleasure, an honor for me. Before me, even before Jim and Anna, actually, there was Penny, and I'd like to invite you up. Penny, Sharon Walker, Melanie Heisler, and there was another woman, Jerry Flynn, who can't be with us today, and also Clark Natwick, who couldn't be with us today. These guys are our legacy. They started Pacifica's environmental family and a Pacific Beach Coalition that was about education in the schools. And out of it came the beach cleanup education part, which I think is so important because it's hands-on education. They call it experiential learning. And I'd like to turn it over to this team.
Wow, thank you. Gosh, you guys are the ones. You're doing it all the time. I started, I guess, in the 60s with cleaning up birds and then hitting the beach every day with dogs and picking up every day, teaching my children, going into the school, teaching them, taking them to the beach to clean up, developing an oceans program so they learn all aspects of how the ocean affects our lives and all of our environment. It's been wonderful. I had no idea that this would keep going as we brought the community in, and Jim and Anna and Lynn have just been fabulous, as you all know, and I just can't say thank you to everyone who picks up any time on the beach. Pack it in, pack it out. I wish we could pound that into everybody's head. But thank you so much for continuing on.
You guys, I would like to acknowledge our youth over here, and I would like to hopefully invite them to be inspired by these guys, because 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be hearing from the initiatives that they're doing, I hope. So you guys, your jobs are very important, and your voices are very important, and what will you do? Here's another legacy person.
Thanks, Lynn. And that comment is so true, because when we first started at the Pedro Point Lighthouse, we would meet Penny and myself and Jerry Flynn, who unfortunately is not here, Diana Raymond, and a number of other people, and Jim and Anna, of course, and had no idea at that point that 25 years later we would have this. Jerry had the brainstorm of creating beach cleanups with high school students, partnering with my students. I taught in the Pacifica, at that point, Laguna Salada School District. And so we would do beach cleanups. Diana and I started a storm drain stenciling program. And I came across this as I was looking through my files. I happen to still hold on to everything. And this was one of the original flyers for Pacifica Beach Cleanup. And then also we would pass out, and we had created a storm drain stenciling program with the city. Diane and I were sitting out on the street corners figuring out the paint that would be most effective to actually do the warnings of not dumping things into the creeks. So this was the flyer that we would have the students pass out to their parents. So it started a long time ago, and now to see where we have come. So I'm honored to be a part of the legacy. Lynn then picked up the wand early on in 2000s and gone with it. And Jim and Anna have, my goodness sakes, you have just been amazing, all this energy that you've put forth and passion. So it takes a community, but even more so, it takes the passion and the caring for the community that we all want to do. So those of you here, just stay involved, and all of you, because we live in a wonderful place and we need to maintain it. So thank you. And Melanie.
Thanks, Sharon. So I'm Melanie Heisler, and what I want to add to this conversation is that not only is the beach cleanup important, but the habitat restoration that goes along on the beach is also equally important, and that's the part of this effort that I've been involved with the most, starting years and years and years ago with Clark Natwick, Shirley Sura, Mary Petrilli, Jake Sigg. So you're building a great foundation for the restoration of the beach by doing all the good work that you do to clean up the beach and keep it and help us all restore it and maintain it as a wonderful place to be. We live in a great community, and thank you all.
Some of you may not know because you walk now and you go, wow, look at this. And it looks like it's been for the last 10, 15 years, but this beach used to be ice plant. It's only ice plant. And that was a one single plant that didn't supply the food and nectar and shelter and sustain all the insects and animals that rely on it all year long. So Clark, Melanie, Shirley, they all decided, let's restore this beach. And Clark almost single-handedly started pulling out the ice plant. Month after month, he would come out mostly by himself and cover an area. Then they started planting, I think 27 years ago, 27 or so years ago, they started planting the beach. And look at the transformation. And that work continues with the Pacific Beach Coalition's Habitat Restoration Program. And if you'd like to be involved with getting your hands in the sand, please do join us. At this time, I'd like to bring up two awesome representatives, Joan Dentler, field representative for Senator Josh Becker's office, and Virginia Kroger, who runs Kevin Mullen's office.
Yeah, go ahead. Good morning. Thank you, Lynn. Thanks, everybody. I'm so happy to be here on behalf of State Senator Josh Becker, Virginia here on behalf of State Assembly Member Kevin Mullen, and also Assembly Member Mark Berman, who will be representing the city of Pacifica starting next year. As you know, the beach cleanup day, water cleanup day is going on throughout the Bay Area. So the senator asked me to be here on his behalf today. He's cleaning up a creek somewhere in the southern part of the district, which is clearly not as much fun as it is here. So I got the better end of the deal. I'm so happy to be here. And to present this resolution on behalf of the three state representatives in honor of the 25th anniversary of the Peninsula Beach Coalition. And I want to tell Anna and Jim and Lynn that you all three get a shout out in this resolution that was processed in Sacramento by the California State Legislature. I promise I will not read the entire resolution, but I will just call to your attention some of the numbers that I don't think have been mentioned here today. And I know Evan from the Coastal Commission is here somewhere, and he mentioned the OGs, as he said, Jim and Anna and Lynn doing this. But I don't know that anyone's mentioned the pure statistics in terms of the numbers of trash and cigarette butts that have been picked up. And I know in our office, we have a very big district. We range from Pacifica at the north all the way to the Santa Cruz County line on the coast side, and then from Brisbane to Sunnyvale on the over the hillside. So there's a huge area. It's 1 million people, but I will say that there is one organization and one name that everyone in our district knows, and that's Lynn Adams and the Pacifica Beach Coalition. Just through your work, you're very well known in our office, I want to tell you. So with that, I'm just going to read the very last paragraph here because it does reflect what the work that's taken place here over the 25 years and beyond. Whereas reflected by the drop in the weight of trash collected by the organization from 12,000 pounds to nearly 4,000 pounds per year, the contributions of PBC has made to the greater Pacifica community are invaluable and reflect an organization devoted to the highest ideals of community service. Now, therefore, be it resolved by Senator Josh Becker and Assembly Members Mark Berman and Kevin Mullen that the Pacifica Beach Coalition be congratulated on the celebration of its 25th anniversary, commended for the vital role it has played in the quality of life in the greater San Francisco Bay Area, and extended best wishes for continued success in the future.
Take a picture. Thank you. Let's get a picture. Go ahead, Virginia. Okay. We'll get a picture. Okay. Good morning. Thank you so much. We're honored to be here. I'm Virginia Kroger. I'm with the Office of Assemblyman Kevin Mullen, and I am charged with the very special privilege of honoring Anna Garcia and Jim Philian. And I love surprises, especially when they're not for me. Thank you so much. On behalf of the State Senate and the California State Assembly, we are privileged to recognize the extraordinary vision, contribution, and, you know, things like this event and this cause start with one or two people sometimes, with a thought, with a tug in the heart that this should be different. I wish this was different. And these two people embody that. They have inspired us to continue this for 25 years, and I pray that we will all do this for 25 more years, as Lynn was talking about. So we are privileged and pleased to present a proclamation for them specifically that they can take home with them. To Anna Garcia and Jim Philian, in appreciation of your 25 years of service and leadership to the Pacifica Beach Coalition, through your efforts, beginning with cleanups at Lindemar State Beach, you have spread your passion for protecting and preserving the health of our ocean, beaches, wildlife, and coastal environment. And on behalf of the people of the entire state of California and the 22nd Assembly District and the 13th Senate District, please accept our gratitude for your good work and sincere best wishes for continued success on this 17th day of September, 2022. Thank you so much. We'll get a picture of you. Thank you.
While they're getting a picture, I have been remiss because I have actually some Star of the Sea awards to give out to our legacy members. Penny Keating, thank you for being a Star of the Sea. Penny Keating. Sharon Walker, can you come up and receive your honor? Melanie Heisler. And can someone please pick it up for Jerry Flynn?
Thank you. I will, and I'm taking photographs.
And can we get a picture of these guys? Jim and Anna, can you guys get a picture with Jim and Anna?
Why, thank you.
Yeah, I've got pictures of
Penny. Let's get a picture of you.
I got one too.
Here's for Jerry. Okay, guys, we continue. At this time, I'd like to invite a junior, the next generation, a very awesome organizer. Last year, she brought her sophomore class to a beach cleanup. It rained, and they came anyway. Juliana Wall.
Hi everyone, my name is Juliana Wool and I'm one of the junior site captains at Lindemar Beach, along with Marley, Jim and Anna, Anthony, and our naturalist Nancy. So I assumed this position last fall as the Pacific Beach Coalition was transitioning from kind of the pandemic back into the weekly beach cleanups, and it's been just such a joy in my life. I've been able to send over to on average 50 to 100 people out for cleanups at Linamar Beach. We've seen participants pick up pounds of trash and sometimes over 100 cigarette butts in one cleanup. So being a junior site captain is an extremely important job, as it's the youth that are one day going to fill the roles of all these adults here. Across the Pacific Beach Coalition's locations along the coast, the junior site captains get the opportunity to learn from the adults and teach others the importance of picking up trash. I've been fortunate enough to work with Jim and Anna, who have been at Linamar for 25 years, and it's so amazing to see their passion for the beach, and I hope that me and Marley and all other junior site captains through the Pacific Beach Coalition can really just promote their passion. So there's always conversations about my generation needing to make a difference, but it's often not followed through on. And it's so important for us to take action on our own, which the Pacific Beach Coalition allows us to do. Becoming a junior site captain and joining the Pacific Beach Coalition's junior team of like-minded teens has been an amazing way to connect with the youth and share our devotion to the environment. Through the Junior Mission Bluth Crew, which is the youth chapter of the Pacific Beach Coalition, we host events oriented to teens. So last year we went to the tide pools, and we've done beach cleanups all together, and we've taken hikes. And we've really gotten to know each other as Earth heroes. There are so many opportunities for us to be involved, which is vitally impactful. If we don't see which sometimes we don't see happening with other adults in our community who aren't involved in the Pacific Beach Coalition. So it's so amazing to be surrounded by all these passionate adults every day and be able to hopefully spread their passion and their kindness to the environment. If there's any youth out here today or this message is spread, please know that it is our time to take responsibility. And as Jim and Anna always say, if not us, then who? For local teens, joining the Pacific Beach Coalition's junior team is a great step in protecting our environment and even our beautiful hometown. And I want to end my speech emphasizing once again how amazing it has been to work with Jim and Anna and Lynn and Anthony, and how you guys really inspire me every day to protect our environment and hopefully promote that message to other people. So thank you.
You inspire us.
Stay for a photo, Julia. Okay, so we've been celebrating Jim and Anna, but after 25 years, I'm not sure that that's enough. But I also would like to celebrate the rest of the Pacific Beach Coalition. We have our board member, Kathy, over here. Anthony is our board member. Jim and Anna are board members. Jim runs the meetings, both for the board and for the general meetings. We have 100 general volunteers behind the scenes that step up periodically when we ask. We have some volunteers over here that aren't members that continually step up when we ask. We have a community of people that always come out to clean up. So we're very, very blessed. But we thought on behalf of the Pacific Beach Coalition, all of the members, we would like to honor Jim and Anna with a couple things. First of all, like a rock, you can always count on Jim and Anna. You can't not count on Jim and Anna. As a matter of fact, Jim throws the rocks on his shoulders and says, "How far do you want me to carry these?" So on behalf of the Pacific Beach Coalition, we'd like to honor you with the shining, as the shining lights of the Pacific Beach Coalition, Jim and Anna 2022, for your lovely garden. We know this will last. There's no plastic in this. And I would be remiss if I didn't say they also were stars of the sea. And Anthony has something as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And lastly, to thank for all your hard work and really starting all of this, we do have a thank you card here for you. And I got to say, since I've started here cleaning up at Linamar, for those of you who don't know a little background, the story that, it was you can see it on here, Pick It Up Pacifica. You've heard today, Pacifica Beach Coalition, Pacific Beach Coalition. It really has grown in recent years to go outside this area. And like I said, we have people from Canada, Washington State, Oregon, Texas.
Foster City?
Foster City, well, that's local. But it's really gone outside Pacifica. So it's Pacific Beach Coalition is what was rebranded a few years ago. And as I've always cleaned up here, this old sign's kind of really bothered me. It's jaggedy. And we thought, what better time to bring you a new sign for 25 years for Jim and Anna. So congratulations. So thank you so much.
But I have to say it's only fitting that we have the old sign up here because Anna is always the one that says, do we need to pay for that? She is the reason we have money in our coffers. Jim and Anna, I'd like to turn it over to you.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you so much, everybody. We are honored and humbled by this recognition. Lynn's right. We're always saying, no, I don't need a certificate. No, don't call us up. We don't need, save the paper, right? So we really appreciate this. And, you know, we look back and we first met Penny at one of the early meetings at the Pedro Point Firehouse when there were a few of us. I have to admit, Jim and I were maybe a little grumpy about what the heck is going on out here. Dot matrix printer with some contact paper was our very first sign. And many of you have heard this story before, you know, and Juliana, I'm very touched wherever she is, because that's what I often say. If not me, then who, right? We are who we've been waiting for, that old slogan. So it's all up to all of us to continue this work. We do, you know, we're proud of our statistics, the hundreds and thousands of cigarette butts, the hundreds and thousands of pounds of trash that we've collected off the beach in our streets and our Street to Beach program. But really, it's up to all of us, and we really appreciate the work that everybody is doing. It just takes one person to say, hey, I can lead a cleanup in Half Moon Bay. Hey, how about Sharp Park? And then Rockaway. And little by little, this Pacifica Beach Coalition has grown. So thank you to all of you. You know, thank you for this honor. It's fun to see some friends here. We didn't really know this was all happening. So thanks again. And we look forward to the next 25 years when maybe we won't have any litter to clean up. What do you think about that?
All right. Oh, my gosh. Okay, first of all, way overwhelming. Come on. So it's like Christmas 10 times over. Thanks so much, everybody. I'm Jim, Anna, and we've been doing this for a long time. Anna said to me today, she said, like, okay, what are you going to say? I said, I'm going to say what I always say, that these things, that, you know. First of all, Penny Keating and Sharon. Penny Keating started the Pacifica Beach Coalition. So we always have to give credit to Penny for starting this. As Anna said, we were walking down the beach, and you know, it's just the same thing. You walk down the beach and or wherever you are, and you look at the trash, right? So, oh, man, there's trash here. And we said, you know what? Why don't we just pick it up? Why don't we just pick it up? I think that's where that saying came from, right? Why don't we just pick the trash up? We started, and someone said, like, right then, hey, they're just starting an organization called the Pacifica Beach Coalition who does education, which is kind of where it all leads to. So we just started that. It's funny, we were thinking about for today and for the booth at FogFest next week, we need to have some stuff from the beginning. As Penny said, we didn't know it was going to be like this. We just were going to pick up trash with our dot matrix sign that we had and contact paper. We took the trash home and put it in our garbage. We didn't know what else to do with it. There was no organization back then. We didn't save a lot of things, but now it's just a huge organization. And that is because of everyone else. Eben, wherever Eben is, all the people, David, all you guys who help us out, the city council members, the mayor, the people, the county commissions, that is where so much of this stuff makes a difference. You know, we don't know. Somebody mentioned about dumping the nails. I'll tell you the quick story. It was Jerry Flynn, actually, back then, who was our president. Thank you, Jerry, who went into a city council meeting and dumped a 50-pound box of nails in front of the podium. And everybody gasped. And I thought, oh, my God, what happened? Someone just came in the room or something, you know, and they were gasping at the nails. I said, what do you mean? We find that every week. To us, it was no big deal. Yeah, we find those nails all the time. And that got the conversation started, Mary. Thank you for mentioning that. That got the conversation started. Oh, yeah, this is much bigger than just picking up trash. When we get to city council, Pacifica City Council has been hugely supportive of us. Thank you for all that. Also, recology of the coast. There's lots of work that's been done behind the scenes that really, and the Public Works Department constantly coming out, what else do you guys need? So it really takes all this support to help this go. I've said this a million times before, but this is not, we didn't know that when we were starting to do this, it was going to be a movement, but it's become a movement, and it should become a movement. And I'm going to quote Lynn way back then when we kept saying we were picking up trash. That's only one part. Remember, the Pacific Beach Coalition is about action, inspiring, education, and moving things forward in government. It's not just about picking up trash, although that's what some people think we just do. The idea is, as Lynn said many times, it's to tell the next generation, where's the next generation, that the next generation doesn't litter like we did on this beach. 25 years ago, I said I was going to say the same thing I always say. 30 bags of trash we'd pick up on a normal cleanup and all kinds of glass and things like that. And now we don't find that because people clean up all the time. That's the next generation. That's the education. So thank you. And as Anna said before, we're looking forward to see what you guys do in 25 years. I don't know where we're going to be by then, but thank you so much for everybody. Thank you. I don't know if I do all this stuff. Hold on. And one last thing. I always do this. Lynn Adams. Huge applause for Lynn Adams. This organization, well, you know, we were kind of stable for a while, and then Lynn Adams came along and exploded the whole thing. And for Lynn, it's never enough. I always say, like, Lynn's like me times 10. So take it away, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn.
All right, guys, what I'd like to do next in closing, I'd like to just read off. We only started recording. They started picking up litter in 1997, but we started recording Earth Day and Coastal Cleanup Day results in 2005. In 2014, we started recording all our monthly cleanups, which we had way before that. And the documented statistics that we have since 2005 that are documented, right? There's many, many more that are not, probably double this. We had 153,000 volunteers engaged with us, coming in from all over the state and sometimes all over the United States, going home with new knowledge, with new inspiration, I hope. We've removed over 317,000 pounds together as a team. 53,500 pounds of recycles have been sent off to recycle. 300,000 pounds have been documented being removed from Lindemar Beach and Rockaway, and that is a fraction of what I'd say Clark Natwick probably did that much himself. And we've removed 1.5 million cigarette butts since 2014, and we've recycled 1.4 million of those. So I got to say, this is a team effort, and it is like supported by many, many people who are coming and learning and going home, and not and helping us to end trash by their behaviors. I'd also like to shout out to our sponsors, City of Pacifica, Recology, our premier sponsor. We have Safeway over here, Patty Luperini, who has helped us get funding for this for the last 5-10 years. And the other sponsors that help support us for Earth Day, basically, but it supports our programs all year long. And I'd like to thank all of the public that are supporting members for us, or sponsors, or send donations to us. It means the world to us. We are able to engage corporate teams, school classrooms, classroom groups that come to the beach. We are able to engage so many people because of the funding we have. And we have a dire need because the work is not just enough here on the coast. We have a Foster City cleanup now that has taken off. So now the Bayside gets to say, oh, wait, they're exactly where we were 25 years ago. What? You mean this stuff goes into the Bay? It's coming from the streets? They're learning that. That's what we need in the Bay. That's what we need in Wisconsin. That's what we need in Texas. That's what we need in Oregon and Washington. We need that everywhere. And that's the biggest message I have, is that our work is only starting. because the need is so great. Our cleanups, and Jim said we had 30 bags and now we're getting 1 bag, 2 bags. You know, we've gone from 300 pounds, we've gone down to 10 pounds. And we're getting 50 pounds because we're cleaning up the district. If anybody wants litter, they don't go to the beach, they go out into the parking lots and the neighborhoods. That's where we're getting it. What we're getting on the beach is the plastic that's been in the ocean that's coming back up. Every day we come out, we can get 10, 15 pounds of plastic that has come out of the ocean. What's still in there? Only way we can help the ocean is by stopping the flow of plastic going into the ocean. And that's everywhere, not just on our beach. And that's what we've learned in 25 years. We've learned so much just from the experience of what we've been doing. And I want everyone to get that experience. So, that's enough for me. What I'd like to do now is get a photo of all of us, if you don't mind. Let's get a picture of us. Put Jim and Anna in the center with their rock and their poster. And let's get a picture. Thank you for being here. I'd like to do a shout out for PCT for recording this so that we can share this to the other PBC members that can't get back from their work to join us here. And we can't be there and here at the same time. So they miss out all the time. So we'll plan some celebration for the Beach Coalition again when they can all be with us, if that's all right with you. Thank you. Let's get a photo.
Thank you. Why don't we do it up with the beach in the background? The beach, not cars. Yeah, just right here is fine.